Yo, what is going on, everyone? It's Wraith here, back with another video. Now, since Season 3, Chapter 2 is right around the corner, I've decided I'm going to make a video on 6 things that I think they need to add, or hopefully do add or fix throughout the game for Season 3. Now, hopefully they do a couple of these things. Obviously, they're probably not going to see this video, but this is what a lot of people do want, and I am ranking it from number 1 to number 6 on what I personally think they need to focus on the most. But if you're looking forward to this video, make sure you slap a like button on it, comment what you want to see for a future video, hit that subscribe button, and use creator code WraithFN in the item shop. Let's get right into today's video. So for the first thing that I think they really need to focus on, which I have high hopes for, I really do think they will, and it's either adding new POIs or adding old POIs like Tilted, things like that, Paradise, or whatever the case is, and a bit of change on the map. Like, it's been, I don't know even how long. These are like the 2 longest seasons we've ever seen in Fortnite. I think it's been over like a year, or not a year, but like 8 months, something like that. If you guys know in the comments, let me know down below. But since Season 2, or since Chapter 2 actually has arrived, we haven't seen that much change in the map, which is pretty disappointing, because after all this time, you would think like there'd be a tons of changes. Like back in the first season, or first chapter of Fortnite, every single season was like 60 to 90 days, and every single time there'd be new POIs, or they'd be shifting the POIs around. Like, for example, instead of Tilted, they'd add Neo Tilted, or whatever the case is, or like the volcano in the top right corner of the map. But it just hasn't really been anything crazy, and all the POIs aren't that attractive in my opinion. There's no great spots to land, like that's exciting to land, like the old Tilted, or the volcano, or Paradise, or anything like that, right? So in my opinion, I think they gotta definitely change up the map, which I definitely think they will be doing. A lot of people have been leaking that they're going to be flooding the map. In my opinion, I don't think they're going to flood the map at all, maybe a portion of it, but if they flooded the map, I guarantee you, like, no one would play. Everyone would, that would be the end of Fortnite, because no one would want to play in those games where scrims, or even casual gameplay where you're just swimming around the entire map, right? So in my opinion, if they do that, that would be probably one of the last straws for Fortnite, but I don't think they're going to do that, because that'd be a pretty bad decision. But yeah, just some form of change in the map, or POIs, or something like that would just be super needed in my opinion, and it's been a while since we've actually seen a big change. So now I am really hoping for this, and it is the removal of Mythic Weapons and the music, if there still is those main POIs, in comp. Now, if they want to keep it in for the game, keep it in casual, keep it in solos, duos, trios, squads, whatever the case is, right? Completely fine. I think they're super fun items to play with, especially the grappler and things like that. But in actual comp gameplay, it is so, like, OP landing there. Like, almost every single pro lands at one of those mythic POIs, and almost every single game you see the winner either having the grappler, especially in solos. You either see them having a grappler, or the Brutus minigun, or the drum gun, or something like that. So it's just a little bit overpowered in my opinion. Almost every single one of the guns is just a little bit too good, especially with an infinite grappler. In my opinion, that's just completely broken. You should never be able to have an infinite grappler. Maybe the grappler have like 10 uses or something like that would be a lot more fair, but in my opinion, I just think all of the mythic weapons are just too overpowered right now. So hopefully they do, either at least if they do keep them in, just balance them quite a bit, because like they're just so overpowered, especially with like the drum gun and things like that. Like I said, it's just pretty OP, especially in the solos arena, or solo cash cups, or even solo FNCS, which is coming next. So like I said, hopefully they take those out. If they don't, at least nerf them a little bit, and even if they do keep them in, get rid of the music. It is the most annoying thing landing agency or shark or whatever the place is, and just blasting the music in your ear, and you can't hear where anyone is, you can't hear chest. It's just super annoying. So now, next thing I really think Fortnite needs, which I think would be huge for them and a huge for the Fortnite community, which I don't know how they haven't added it yet, but it's a rework for Arena. Now, I don't know why they've kept this in for so long, but Arena compared to other competitive games is just so bad. You get like, there's nothing to push you towards champions besides the FNCS. You get no rewards, and once you make champions, there's literally no point to stay there or to start to get higher. So why would you even grind it, right? Like, it's just become a W key fest, which I get, and I'm gonna agree. I W key in it all the time. Like, that's the whole point of it, is just to practice fighting. But there should be actual rewards. Say, for example, once you get to champions, you unlock a specific skin, and if you drop down below, you lose that skin, or you get a little bit of V-Bucks, and every single time you go up the rank and you get to Champions 2 or Champions 1 or whatever the case is, you get a new skin, or you get a banner, or you get V-Bucks or something like that, right? Or even next to your name, it shows something like that, right? Just something that makes people want to grind, or even a leaderboard. Something as simple as a leaderboard would just help so much, make people want to grind so much more and play for endgame. Maybe if they add the new, what's it called? Like new point system, like the 2-point elims or whatever the case is, with the new actual like top 40 gets points, top 39, top 38, etc., etc. They added that into it. People would grind so much more. So just a rework of the entire thing, and like rewards or a leaderboard or something like that, I just guarantee you so many people would grind arenas so much more and enjoy doing it. So now the next thing, sorry, is a big one I personally really do want. A lot of pros have been asking for this for a long time. I doubt it will ever happen, but hey, I still got to add it on the list, and it's either an FOV slider or adding back stretch res. Now, I highly doubt, like I would say maybe a 1% chance they add stretch res back, but hopefully in the day they do add an FOV slider. A couple of other games have it, and yes, I understand how it can give a little bit of a competitive advantage, but hey, if you have a PC, everyone should be able to do it, or they could even add it in the game, where I don't know if a console would be able to do it. I don't know if software is allowed to do that, but hey, just add an FOV slider. Yes, it would make things a little bit more competitive, but it would just allow the game to look so much better, run smooth, and just in my opinion, I really do like the stretch or the FOV slider, so I personally would just really like that. So now the next thing is basically a couple things all pulled together, and it's a couple of balance changes. So the biggest things for me right now would be, number one is disabling pre-edits. Now the Fortnite community has been asking for this forever, like literally since I even started playing, like since season 5, since season 6, like when people started really building, it's been asking, and they said they're working on it, they said they're looking into it, but it's just been so long now, and they still have yet to disable it. I don't understand why it's that hard to do, or why they don't want to do it. No one really uses like pre-edits, and even if you do, they could easily have an option where you can turn it on or off in settings. Personally, in my opinion, it's just a simple change that they could easily do, easily add into settings that you can turn it on or off, and so many people would love it. Like maybe 5% of the Fortnite community, in my opinion, that actually uses pre-edits. Maybe if they're like creative warriors or something like that, or going for clips or something like that, I don't know, but it's so rare that people actually use pre-edits, and it can just sewer you. Like in a game, you can accidentally make an edit because your ping's bad, or sometimes you're just going really quick and you do make a mistake and you pre-edit it, and it can just throw your entire game, right? So I don't really understand why it's in the game. The next balance change would be a little bit of an SMG nerf for controller. In my opinion, I think the AR for controller is pretty good right now where it's at. Like they've nerfed it a little bit, and obviously they can still do it a little bit more. I haven't played that much since the update, but I think the AR, again, I can't say for sure, but I think the AR is not bad. It's just still the SMG is pretty overpowered in my opinion. And if you guys are complaining about it and say, oh, I just hate controller players or whatever, literally every single controller player, pro player, every single controller pro player is complaining about it too. It's just like, it's a little bit absurd that you can just 200-0 people. Even my buddies are on controller and they're saying it's a little bit overpowered and they don't like it that much. So just a little bit of an SMG nerf for controller would be really good. And then the last thing for kind of the balance changes would be fix bugs. I'm just going to throw that in there, like the gliding bug and all that kind of stuff is pretty annoying. But the last thing would be like fix the pump damage. I think the pump damage is so bad right now, like especially the common, the green is just so terrible. It's like literally the worst guns in the game. The amount of 17 damage I hit with the green pump, even though I feel I'm hitting them right in the chest, or even like a 30 damage headshot, is just absurd. They just really need to rework it, add more damage to it, or add something, or do something with it, because in my opinion, the common and green pump is just absolutely terrible, and then the tacks aren't the greatest either, especially comparable when the SMG is so strong. Now the last thing that I hope they do or fix is they need to add old or new mobility items or vehicles. So whether that's a nerfed shadow bomb a little bit because it was OP, impulses, even the shield bubble, just something would be really nice, because there really is no mobility. Or you can even add the vehicles like the quad crashers or the hoverboards, just something to get around the map, or something you can use in the end game or just use to rotate. Because in my opinion, I just think the game was a lot quicker with those, with them having them in there, and then you just had a little bit more options. And some of you guys might be like, oh, if you really wanted the impulses and you're just bad and need that to rotate, like no, I have no problem rotating. I just really do like having something else that you can always fall back on if you're low HP, or just something else that you can just get easy placement with, or if you need to run from a fight or something like that and you're low, you're literally screwed. And even if you have a launch pad right now, you're just going to get beamed out of the air, because everyone nowadays, whether you're on controller or keyboard and mouse has decent enough aim now that normally if you're low you can get beamed out of the air pretty easy, right? So just some form of mobility, even like I said, vehicles would be just good enough in my opinion. But yeah, that's basically it for today's video. Let me know what you guys want to see in the next season, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one, everyone. Peace.